Alright, well, we've fallen down a pit, and now we need to find our way back to the surface. Hey there, everybody! I'm gonna pick this game back up after the catastrophe up above. Now we need to find our way back out. Well, we probably shouldn't stand in one place if it's gonna collapse on us. That's kind of bad. Sela? Nevia, holy mother of... Small woman, messy brown hair, winces in pain, uttering a stream of curses through clenched teeth. She is pinned to the ground by a couple of weighty boulders. Sela, hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole, but at least you're not on your own. We've got a great companion. Young woman in night armor studies the... Clearly trying to work out how to move. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs? I feel them all right. I wouldn't say no to a little less feeling them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too. Can make skill checks in the middle of the log, so we'll do that here in just a second. That's all that matters. Now we're going to... Hey! Spotting you, the knight reaches for her sheathed weapon, but after scrutinizing your face momentarily, she... Reading. Fancy meeting you down here. You're that one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from underneath the boulders? Why should we help her? I don't help anyone for free. Pay up or stay stuck under the rubble. Well, I'm not evil, so I'm not going to do that. But let's see here. We don't have to rely on brute strength for this. I'll try to find something to use as a lever, because I'm smart. I succeeded at the check. You quickly find some suitable sticks and you free the wounded without even breaking a sweat, which is good, because in these robes, that's not going to come. Okay. So, you know, the game has some, you know, penalties and bonuses based on your skill checks, so that's nice. Look at you. It's good to meet someone who uses brains first and brawn second. That's right, because I can't use brawn at all. My strength is 8. The woman feels her leg. Damn it all, I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Fishing a piece of twine from her pocket, she gets to work. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long with my own stuck under there. I'm Nevia Hirabade of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. Yeah, you could say that. They invaded the festival and decapitated the dragon. What actually happened, though? Now, that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that. Well, I mean... You do fight demons all. I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of I crossed the whole continent to come to Meddev and fight demons. Well, I've been fighting for a while now. True. Yeah, she's not even from Avestan, right? We're in the far north of Avestan, which is kind of the northern continent in the main part of our setting. She's actually from Garund, which is the southern continent. Sela's expression darkens. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Kenabres has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone, too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomede's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. There's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets. Yeah, so the Wardstones are what keep the demons at bay, obviously. Yep, things are looking grim enough. But don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Kenabres will never give in. As simple as Nevia's eye drift towards you. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you? I came here to fight the Abyss. That is not the answer I am giving. I'm a scholar. I came here to see the world wound with my own eyes. Maybe. One person's... Where's another opportunity? I'm here to seek my fortune? No. Led here by destiny. That's a very wizard answer. I'm a traveler. I wound up in the worst place in the world by chance. That's like, I'm a traveler. I ended up in Gary, Indiana. Don't do that. Alright, I am led here by destiny. Destiny is destiny, so it's either one or the other. Either fate is having a right old laugh at your expense, or Lady Luck sent you to us for a reason. Sure. Fate isn't what brought us here, and fate won't get us out either. I appreciate the pragmatism. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. City ain't far, only 30 paces if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're going to have to go the long way. Summarize, there are 3 of us with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware. Tila Wing. Anefia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward. May the good deities lead us back to the open sky soon. Well, we got a party now, so that's good. Always handy. Alright, so the standard selection tools. Oh boy, I haven't played this in forever. I'm gonna have to... Game even works. Alright, so...
In due time.
Alright, so we're... Treasure chest up ahead. Let's go take a peek. Oh, we got a whole bunch of weapons and stuff. That's good. Nothing too great, but not nothing. Go ahead and collect it all. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a peek at our inventory here, since we're not in any danger. Alright, so Sela clearly has her sword and board up. I don't think we're going to be changing that anytime soon. But let's go ahead and look at Samuel here. I've got a crossbow in one hand. I think we probably want to put an ever-burning torch in a hand here. Oh, sure, we'll put on a cloak. Don't think it's magical. Oh, it is magical. Oh, look at that. Cloak of resistance +1. Very good. Don't need a flail. And I got a box. So, you know, that's good. We got the light crossbow and got a light. Okay, we have lucky, engraved lucky bracers. +1 luck bonus to AC and +1 luck bonus to flex, will, and fortitude saving throws. Well, that's really good. That's a fantastic item. Alright. Know that I have much of anything else. She's got a potion of Shield of Faith. I've got a handful of scrolls. That's good. I should look and see what spells I have prepared. Huh. Okay. Okay. Well. That's not bad. I do love the lighting effects in this game. This is similar to Kingmaker, but they did make really good use of some particle effects and lighting effects. It's really nice. Who's there? The fine apparel of this young half-elf woman is torn and stained with blood, dust, dirt. However, she holds herself with such dignity that you could be forgiven for thinking you were at a high society party and not in the dank catacombs of the city. Fingers grip her rapier hilt with confidence, ready to draw at a moment. Feet lies a dead body, so mutilated at first glance it's hard to tell if it is mole or... Relax, friend. Not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela. That's Samuel Frostbeard and Anevia. We're looking for a way back to the surface. Really? I am ever glad to hear it. The girl relaxes slightly, but she keeps her hand on her sheathed weapon. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... Self-control falters for a moment, and you glimpse the fear beneath her mask of perfect placidity. She licks her lips nervously. I can scarcely believe it. How did all these demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the wardstone protected us from attack. And Tarendalev? Can't wrap my head around it. Was that a pun? Tarendalev got his head cut off. Not many could withstand the strike from a demon lord. Yeah. What happened to this poor man? Don't know. He must have been in the square when the disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he's already dead, sadly. Am I already not trusting Camellia? I'm already not trusting. Didn't get these all. Eyes warily scan the area. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far. Yeah, it might be right in front of us. Tell me more about yourself. The girl gives an elegant shrug. Who am I? Just an ordinary citizen who decided to take a stroll through the square on the day of the festival. But that's not what you wish to know, is it? You most likely wish to be a burden should you ask me to join your group. No need to worry about that. I can assure you that I'm skilled with a rapier and also possess some knowledge of magic. Polished snake skull amulet that hangs around. Alright, you want to join us? Certainly, survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves? Alright. Not many could withstand the strike of a demon lord. Sure. Can't argue with that. Ascari himself has come to Kenabres. There's no mistaking that ugly mug. As if he's like on wanted posters. Tarendalev tried to fight him, but what could she do against a near deity? Even the wardstone was no help. Our city used to be protected by powerful forces, but now... Hey, we're here. First level, very powerful. We've seen how powerless they are. Camellia finishes Anevia's thought with a ruthless precision. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely upon, I suppose. Yeah, sure, let's get moving. The way the server's got to be around here somewhere. I always like how people assume that there's a way back to the server. That's not necessarily true. Time to loot the corpse.
Open your heart to me.
Look at that. You wasted some of our healing resources. Masterwork dagger? Oh, nice. Okay, sure. We'll take that. We should equip that on somebody. Now we're going to put the cold iron dagger here, and we'll give... We'll give him the Masterwork dagger too. We'll put that in his stand with his torch. So if we need that, we can go to torch and Masterwork dagger. Sure. Let's do that. Young giant centipede. Well, I think it's time for murder.
This will hurt!
They will break against our resolve.
All right, so... Well, that was a pretty straightforward fight. Anybody get hurt? Nah. Alright. That's just some centipedes. Nothing too treacherous. We're in a cave after all, so, you know. Oh no. What is that? Giant fly.
I'm always ready.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Alright, so let's see. Sela, go up there and murder that. Camila, you too. Samuel,
You should have
acid
run.
splash. Let's do some of that. Goodbye, fly. So, looks like we've got 2 paths here. Let's try left first. Starting to feel like this is the primary way to go. I almost want to go back now and check the other way. Let's do that. Let's go check the other way before we go too much further. This might be a dead end. Let's go kill some stuff.
No glory. Do not fear. Do not hope.
Oop. Like Sela took a nick there. Ooh, lots of money. Bracers of armor. Your light. Oh yeah, definitely worth going this way. All right, so let's go ahead and in Sela equipment, we're gonna get one of those, and in Frostbeard, we're gonna get one there. Shirt. That's gonna help. So these bracers are gonna give an armor bonus of +1, but anybody who's wearing armor can't really. The other 2 characters. So that's not very useful right at the moment. We got some padded armor. Can't wear that either. So, frankly, I think that's just extra loot for the time being. This looks like a dead end. It is. Okay. So, definitely glad I went and explored that way. Didn't want to miss out on treasure. We must find a way out of these damnable caves.
Strike! Their life ends here.
What are we dealing with? Just some centipedes? Okay. Nice. Oh no! I think someone has been poisoned. Yeah, Amelia has some dex damage now. Yeah, I'm not sure there's an... I don't think I have any way to heal that. No. You know what it occurs to me? I haven't been saving. So, I'm gonna do that. Because that's always smart. Okay, I don't know if these guys are friends or foes. So, let's advance. Oh, no, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere. Struggled to make out the man's features. As soon as he steps into the circle of light, however, you realize that you have never encountered a creature like this before. The stranger looks like a work of a vivisectionist who attempted to stitch together a lizard man. Oh yeah, look at that. Special. And notice it freezes. Curling horn casts some malevolent shadow on the cave wall. Windog. Dog? We'll go with Windog. And did you find it? One looks just as strange as her companion, like a cross between a cat and a spider. When she catches sight of you, she immediately drops into a fighting stance or feel a lethal grace. Lethal grace of a wild predator. Who's that? The do-gooder's here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wow, I mean, that's harsh. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I'm not here to save your souls as well. Lan stops her with a gesture. Wait, they might know what's going on up there. Yeah, why should I tell you anything? I just thought it'd be nice to know why the roof is shaking. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, good. I succeeded at a perception check and got some free XP. What happened on the surface has caused problems for us, and we need to fix them. Who are you, tieflings? Tieflings are the descendant of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the underground Crusaders, the children of the Crusades' finest. Sadly, underground Crusaders is a bit of a mouthful. People just usually call us mongrel. That's not okay. You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us, but we call ourselves Nethers. Ethers? I'm gonna go with Nethers. No matter what you call us, it's not going to stop our horns, hooves, and tails from growing. Alright, yeah, sure. And what is this place? All will remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. Yeah, wipe the dust off your exhibits. That'd be handy. This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Lives are short, our glories are quickly forgotten, but this place helps us remember we are just as worthy as anyone else, and that our lives are not lived in vain. I have never heard of underground Crusaders before. You're the first? Wait. In Kenabres, they're called mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night to eat anyone foolish to wander alone. For midnight, feel it turns. Tell the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night. That's human gratitude for you. Yeah, that is true. We are kind of awful. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Galarian, and for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children? That is a pretty raw deal. Every mongrel has their own take of it on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we are standing by until the moment we are needed, and when we emerge on the surface, save the day, all the people will see how good we are, and they'll love us for it. He leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines. Yeah, sure. Alright, so what are you doing here? That's none of your... We're looking for a holy sword. Oh, alright. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the Shield Maid. They figured it had collapsed, and now's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there, and they're not fighters. And Saul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. Says now isn't the time for the underground Crusaders to take up arms. If we get the holy sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind. Okay, so we're looking for a holy sword. A fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Think you're special, Lan? I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle, he chuckles. Speaking of which, you're still here, Windu, which means that deep cut, you know it's Deep down, you know it's possible. So there's demons up on the surface, by the way? Things are as bad as you say. You have to hurry. Didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. Couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze? I realize that you have your own troubles, but we need to be in Kenabres. People are dying up there. Please show us the way out. Maze, does they lead to the surface? Yes, there are other ways up, but they are far from here. After the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed. Maze, the legend among our people. Walls of the maze fall. They will be the signal for the underground Crusaders that our time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Windog snorts. Until then, people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe who have been in the maze, and even I don't know if. But the further I went into the maze, the fresher the air became. That means it really must lead to the surface. So let me get this straight. These poor descendants of the first Crusaders, who are all demon tainted, who show the signs of demonic taint, were locked down under the city and hidden behind a maze. And don't worry, the maze is there to keep you from doing something rash, like going to the surface and being seen by anyone. That is a really raw deal. When the ceilings and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse and it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were to hand and ran off toward the maze. His eyes are filled with genuine concern. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wendy too much. I'm going to start calling her Wendy, because Wendog. It's hard to pronounce. I warned you 100 times. You hear a hint of emotion in Wendy's voice for the first time, but it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other. So there's a holy sword? How'd that end up down here? It came here with its owner a long time ago. 50,000 gongs, to be precise. It's exactly 50,000? 70 years ago and up. Oh, alright. Wendy rewards Lan with an irritated glare. 50,000 gongs ago, our forebearers found a dead angel here with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch like real fires. The rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere. Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos. Lan, watch your tongue. Well, yeah, sure. Yeah, let's work together and find this sword. That sounds useful. Holy sword has got to be handy for fighting demons, right? So let's work together. Thanks, an extra pair of eyes can only help. The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here. Okay, we're gonna go look for the sword that is swordy. Like you do. Now we're talking, let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other. Yeah. What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it. Yeah. So sometime you make perception.
Ugh, what a failure.
Fail the religion check. Alright. Unknown knight. Copper ring. Right? I found some buried treasure here. Let's take a peek. Grinding stone? Sure. We're in the pick up everything mode right now, so...
What do we have here?
Room looks like an improvised museum or temple. Found a handful of gems. Like you do.
What's that?
More things to find. Handful of gems, some more grinding stones. Wait, you didn't see the sword? It's right over here. Day 14, month Gazran, year 4710. Strange flash pierces the gloom, and Samuel Frostbeard feels drops of searing blood run down his chest. The wound healed by Terendelev reopens and weeps scarlet. But there is no pain or weakness. A hazy scene appears, a cave chamber. This one, or another one entirely? Samuel Frostbeard's heartbeat quickens, and a stream of thoughts suddenly bursts into his mind. Thoughts that clearly belong to another. Treachery! They betrayed me, trapped me, and stabbed me in the back. My trusted allies, my treasured friends, the people I swore to protect, the people for whom I descended from heaven and came to this turbulent mortal world. There they are up ahead, in the gloom of the cave. What are they waiting for? Are they afraid to draw any closer? Do they believe I'm about to die from their traitorous blows? Next to me, a quiet moan. A girl with a golden braid lies on the rocks, clutching her slashed side. She refused to join with the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. Whilst I still have the strength, I must. While recognizing the foreign origin of these thoughts, Samuel Frostbeard intuits that he can control them somehow. Let's try to. Heal the wounded girl? Furiously call out at the traitors. Let's try to heal the wounded girl. A spark of healing magic illuminates the eerie, murky scene before Samuel Frostbeard. The wounded girl opens her eyes and whispers, Lariel, you said that everything was going to change soon. You said you and the other warriors of heaven would be leading us on a grand mission to stop the demons forever. Is that true? The frenzy of foreign thoughts comes faster and faster, like a rushing river, and images flash by one after another. A priestess in colorful robes observing the stars, a young female paladin praying, clutching her glowing sword, a majestic golden-winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet, but his voice ringing clear. Only if you're willing, and only if you're ready. There is no going back. Then don't waste your strength healing me, the girl whispers. Your mission is more important. You take care. It is near. Then the vision. There, in the vision, the darkness in the cave stirs into motion. Something massive appears from within its depths. A vague shadow, an outline, a nightmare coming to life. A wave of odious chirping and rustling emanates from the shadows. The sound, piercing like hot irons, lands through flesh and bone. The traitors fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy, and the wounded girl thrashes in her death throes. The yawning chest wound burns white-hot. Samuel Frostbeard's head pounds with pain, and it is no longer clear whose pain it is, the person called Lariel who sent this vision, or the one unlucky enough to receive it. Alright, so we gotta make either a will save to fight the illusion, a knowledge arcana. Samuel Frostbeard knows how to resist malignant influences such as no matter the origin. So, the knowledge arcana is gonna be my best bet. Because I mean, I technically don't fail on a 1, but I think a 1's an auto-fail, so we're gonna do that. Succeed, oh yeah. The force of the attack, though originating in a vision, is terrifying, but Samuel Frostbeard's is stronger. He shakes off the pain and torpor, but alas, the one who sent the vision cannot claim the same. He is broken and exhausted. The monstrous shadow emerges from the murk of the cave. It is not real. It exists only in this strange vision or memory, but the thrill of fear it provokes is more than real. The shadow's features starkly resemble those of Daskari, the terrifying demon lord. In a movement as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they call Lariel. Foolish angel, struggling on the rocks like a fly with its wings torn off, intones the shadow. Its voice changes as it moves, shifting from a quiet whisper to a sonorous shout, becoming young, then old and quivering. Where is your goddess, angel? Where is her self-assured herald? How is that you are dying here alone, so far from the light of your heaven? Gain 9 XP. Strange calm envelops the thoughts of the one called Lariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down before this enemy. The flaming sword flares to life in his hand, bright, pure, flickering with multicolored sparks like a sunbeam through a stained glass. Slash! The blade slices through the demonic creature's flesh, and the monster recoils with a howl, releasing his grip on Lariel's throat. The angel falls back, heavily on the rocks. His vitality is ebbing, and his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword, and with his last burst of strength, plunges it into the rock. Samuel Frostbeard senses that the vision is fading, the rush of thoughts diminishing, like a river running dry. The last things he hears is, "You will never kill me, Mom. This I know. But one day someone will come here and raise up my sword. They will raise it up and punish evildoers and traitors." The vision disappears, vanishing with a burst of colors. Samuel Frostbeard does not hear the final words. They seems to complete the thought, taking it to heart. The words fly from his lips, and with them something else. The heat blazing in Samuel Frostbeard's chest fades away. Edges of the scarlet wound close, leaving not even a scar behind. Looking down, Samuel Frostbeard sees the flaming sword in his hand, or rather, its outline, the memory of what the sword looked like. With a final surge of warmth, soothing light, the sword vanishes. Light is drawn into his hand. Samuel Frostbeard senses that it will return. All we need to do is call it. I'm magic! Hey, Samuel Frostbeard, are you alright? You were kind of glowing just now. Yeah, I do that. It's a thing. Sela kneels before the light, offering up a prayer to Iomade. Don't pray at me. It's weird. Lan looks at you dumbfounded. That was it, the light of heaven. But how? And he frowns. What did you do with it? Where did it go? I think I saw the memories of the angel who died here. Lariel? That was really Lariel? The angel from the legends? The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. Chief will be thrilled. This guy, he's kind of a doof. Wendy watches you with suspicion. You! Thousands of gongs, and no one's been able to touch it, and now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood, no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions. What can I say? I'm special. I know, Wendy, don't be a sore loser. Lan nods towards you. He is clearly different to us. The sword appeared before him, along with the angel's name. All that other stuff. Because he doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that. Well, I mean, that's origination. I don't know about that. I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sol, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier. So you saw what I saw? It's only us here. Your group, you, me, Wendy, and the light of heaven. That sort of got sucked into you. Any chance you can whip it out again? We do kind of need it. Yeah, thanks, Lan. Sorry, I crack jokes when I get nervous, and when I'm upset, and when I'm happy. Anyway, what I said came out wrong. We need to bring you to Chief Sol. You can show everyone the light of heaven, we'll rally the tribe, and go into the maze. And we'll get back to our kin. No, that's not. What if we can't make that happen a second time? What then? The tribe will just say we're crazy and turn its back on us. Angelic mythic path. Huh. Seems I can control it. That's just wow. I mean, that's amazing. Heaven has truly blessed you, Samuel Flamebeard. Frostbeard. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, pulling rocks out of sword is no system of government. That's true. Wendy stares at the divine light, transfixed. This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan? Oh my god, they've never been to the surface. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of wrecked right now, though. Yes, it's similar, but the light is more golden. Lan drags his gaze away from him. Chief Saul needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. We'll have to assemble the troop to storm the maze. Lan looks at you, please. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. Perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through and find our way to Kenabres. Alright, yeah, lead us to the chief. Oh, what is it? Let's go. We'll take the shorter route. Well, the only route.
What do we have here?
Alright, so we've got some new characters. That's fun. Sometimes interacting with things requires a skill check. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what these characters actually are. So, let's see here. We've got Melia. Who is a shaman spirit hunter. Okay. We've got Lan here, who is a monk Zen archer. Alright. We've got Wendog, who's a fighter. And obviously Sela, who a paladin. Alright. Well, good to know what we have. Lots of abilities to sort out there. Alright, so we got some rubble we have to cross. That's going to be a mobility check. So, the Monk Zen Archer is going to be a ranged character. Uses monk abilities to be incredibly proficient with a bow. Yeah. Shaman is going to have a variety of spells and abilities based on tradition. And then we've got a fighter and a champion. So it's a pretty melee heavy party. I'm glad I decided to play a wizard.
So awesome, Lamb.
All right. Most of the game's mechanics are based on the rules of the tabletop RPG Pathfinder. You don't say. Which uses dice to determine the outcomes. Commonly, a D20. All right, yeah. I know how dice work. All right. Trying to get over the rubble, your character Lan got the result of a 20. This is the sum of his dice roll, which was a 13 and various modifiers, such as the bone skill bonus. The difficulty was a 12, and a 20 is not lower than 12, so the attempt is successful. Yeah. Alright, so we all made it to the other side. Oh boy. So now we've got some big spiders. Let's just murder them.
The heartbeat quickens.
Yeah, the spiders didn't last too long. I see that they're those are the same spider models from. Nice. Gross. Don't like spiders. Got some more giant. Take them out.
Save the last one for me.
Yes. So it's breaking down how the attack rolls work. I mean, it's a d20 plus your attack bonus, plus, you know, depending on what type of attack bonus, you're either going to strength of your dex, and some feats might add some bonuses. Pretty straightforward. That it really hasn't changed with 2nd edition. We just do the math a little simpler, and it's based on proficiency with the weapon. So. So, allow me to collect things without having people move. Weird. So, interestingly enough, there is something a little hidden over here. One of the things you can do in this game is if you hit tab, it'll show everything that's interactable. So, in this case, we've got some rubble to cross. Let's try and cross the rubble. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we managed to the other side. There is another giant spider over here. Fun.
Don't hold back.
Oh, there's a couple giant spiders. All right. Well. It's a corpse. A wand of cure light wounds. Super handy. Let's go ahead and take a peek at that wand. Charges 15. That's not too bad. Alright, so we're going to go ahead over to Camellia here because she can certainly use this. And we're going to go ahead and give her the wand. And since we've got a wand now with some charges in it, I think we should heal some folks up. So we're going to go ahead and heal up our injured party members. There we go. Just to be safe. And while we're at it, being safe, let's do a save. All right. So that looks like a dead end, so we're going to have to do double to get back. And looks like we made the check again. I have a sneaking suspicion if we failed that check, we would still make it, but we take some sliding and shifting across the rubble. More giant spiders. Ugh.
No match for me.
This will be quick.
Ooh, critical hit. So, the one thing that's really interesting about this, and it's clear that they carried it over from Kingmaker, is sneak attack only requires, a couple people to be around a thing. That's how you do flat-footed. In the tabletop game, it requires people on opposite sides. So as a result, in this game, getting sneak attack is going to be very easy. So, yeah, that's not bad. A pearl, a masterwork greatsword, a light shield, Kama. The Kama is going to be useful to the masterwork greatsword is good, but for Sela to use it, she would have to get rid of her shield. I like her with better, frankly. Yeah, I don't think changing her to the greatsword is a good call, right? I'd rather keep her AC up. We have very limited resources, and I don't think we can camp down here. I'm not seeing the camp. Oh, wait. Maybe. You cannot rest here. All right. Oop. Wendy glances at Lon, who is fixing his slipped bowstring, and quickly walks over to you. Cat-like eyes glow from beneath her hood. Listen here, you. I don't know who you are or where you come from, but you and I are the only two people here who see things clearly. That's why I'm asking you. Don't show the light of heaven to Sol. Interesting. You don't want to save the kids lost in the maze? I do want to, but I'm not going to risk the future of the tribe for the sake of a few stupid kids. Chief Sol is hesitant, for good reason. He also understands how dangerous this is for the tribe. Lan's the only one who benefits from these childish games of heroism. I'll go alone and see if I have... I'll go alone if I have to, and find them, or whatever's left of them. Without any heroics, relying only on myself, risking only my own life. Wendy slows. You and your friends, you can come with me. Perhaps we can make it to the end of the maze together and find a way out to the surface. I thought you considered your people to be great warriors. The descendants of great warriors. I believe that my people are worthy of greatness, and we are strong and can do many things. That's why we were chased down here. Scared people. But it's one thing to go hunting in the caves, and another to fight in the field maze. Wendy leans closer, her pupils dilating. I've been there. I spent my whole life training so I can make it all the way to the end. There were more of us trackers at the start. We were young and stupid. What's a couple of monsters when there's a whole world out there waiting for us? That's what we thought. But we weren't prepared. The maze is just a physical challenge. It tricks you. Oh, it isn't just a physical. It tricks you. It makes you doubt your own mind. Cunning and full of traps. It's dark as the primordial night. At some point, you start thinking you're in the guts of a living creature that's just swallowed you whole, and the air itself is eating away at your flesh. Wow, these people are being kept behind a rather nightmarish maze. Wendy looks away. I had to learn from my friends' mistakes. I had to step over their bodies and go further. I don't want to have to do that again, and it will happen again if a crowd of ill-prepared fighters burst into the maze with no idea where they're going, all because Lan believes the glowing sword will solve all of our problems. Yeah, right, I'll think about it. Wendy nods. Don't show the chief the light. I'll lead you through the maze surface. Wear it. Now everyone's back together. Hooray. Alright, well, time to move on to the next map. Ooh, water effects. Are these the people? Yeah, this is them. Lan and Wendy are always dragging back trash from the cave. No offense. No, whatever, buddy. You're the one who lives in a cave. Your first impression of the monk is of a squalid dump. The odors to match. Unblinking, glowing eyes watch you from the gloom, and deformed shadows slope between them. You see some Mongols gutting white eyeless fish while others are repairing fishing nets. All the signs of normal village life. Tense expectation hangs. Chief Soul. Hey there, Chief Soul. Alright, it's a dude. He's got a mace. A heavy-set, aged mongrel slowly shuffles his way towards you. Hair on his head grows with, and his face has a distinctly rat-like appearance with pronounced teeth. You hear a rattling sound in his chest with every breath he takes. One of his eyes is white, fully scarred by cataracts, while the other gleams with moisture. Gross! Uplanders, the end times are upon us. Indeed. Oh god, it's an accent. I'm not going to do the accent, though. That's not happening. Chief Soul, we found the Angel Sword. We found the one who can wield it, Lan points at you. He had a vision, and now the Angel Sword is somehow inside him. Gather the tribe, anyone who can hold the weapon. The young ones are still alive. We can go to save them. Chief Soul raises his hand with ragged, broken fingernails. Ah, Lan. Always dreaming. Always talking. You're too hasty. Too hasty for your own good. Is it supposed to be like Scottish? I don't know what it is. It's going to get you in trouble. Saul eyes you up and down. An uplander with the light of heaven. That's too good for us. Our kind don't have good things happen. There's always a catch. Lan trusted people because he likes to believe. Isn't that right, Lan? I'm the chief. I don't work on faith. Show me the light. Wendy stares at you intently like a cat watching a bird. She shakes her head in warning. Huh. Alright, is there someone else here from the surface? Before we get on to that, I'm just curious. Saul points off to the side. There he is, hale and hearty and prim as a peacock, just like me. Saul laughs, but quickly returns to business. Not good. Too many uplanders. Not good. Not right. What are you doing? What are you up to here? You're not one of us. We're not your kind. When the time comes, we'll come to you, not you to us. I will help find your kids in the maze, but you quit hoping for a magical sword to appear. Monday lets off a satisfied laugh. At least someone's talking sense. I don't understand. It's holy light. It will scare off monsters that dwell in the maze. Lan drops his voice. Listen, I don't personally believe in this angelic light, but Saul does. Show him. It won't cost you anything. Now, Lan's mistaken. We didn't find the sword. Maybe his voice is supposed to be Sean Connery. That might be, do you see the beast? Do you have it in your sights? It's terrible. I don't do good accents. It's not my thing. Lan whips around to look at you, stunned. clenches his fist for a moment as if planning to shake the truth out of you, but he quickly gets a handle on himself. I don't know why you're lying. No doubt you have your reasons. But I know it's a lie, and you know it, and Wendu knows it. Len turns to Wendu. Tell him, Wendu. You have performed a chaotic act. I sure have. Wendu stares back at him. I saw the light shining between the rocks, and then it went out. Len saw what he wanted to see. Why are you doing this? Doing what? Telling the truth? You saw some kind of light near me, and you thought that meant I now have the angel sword. You were mistaken. There's no need to drag other people into it. Yeah, sure. The scaly half of Lorne's face is expressionless as always, but the human half is twisted by the pain of betrayal. I see how it is. You and Wendu have worked everything out between yourselves. Lan barks a hollow laugh. I'm such an idiot. Lan beats his fists against his forehead, causing a few scales to fly off. Dude, don't do that. An idiot who decided to trust you. Aw. I've betrayed the poor half-lizard man. Everyone around me said that they didn't want to go anywhere, save anyone, but I didn't believe them. I always have to take things further than anybody else. Isn't that right, Chief? Fine. I see how things are. I don't need any more convincing. Lan offers a crooked smile. Peace, Lan. Miracles are not meant for us. We, the tribe, we wait. If you're one of us, you will wait. We're not going anywhere. Uplanders, rest now. There's a hut over there. You can rest there. Lan is silent, his eyes shifting from you and Saul to Wendu. Wendu, you made the right choice. It was the lesser of two evils. And now rest, so we can be at our best when we go into the maze. I promise to lead you to the surface, and I will. We've leveled up! Hooray! Alright, so I need to go rest in the hut. The hut for resting is over that way. Find my way. Okay. I forgot there is a map. Oh, look at all the money. Okay, okay. So we'll go find the resting hut. Uh-oh. Horgus Gwyrm. There's a name. Horgus Gwyrm. Ah, human faces at last. An elderly man in expensive but not ostentatious clothes approaches you. His face is peppered with several healed cuts and bruises, and twisted in an expression of extreme discontent. I thought the whole city was lost, and that I should live out my remaining days down here with these... He gestures vaguely toward the mongrel. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Horgus Gwyrm. Yes, that Gwyrm. You no doubt have heard of me. If you spent any time at all in the city, I have a business proposition for you. How did you end up down here? Like everyone else, down I went. When that accursed beetle cleaved through the ground in twain beneath our feet. I'm lucky I didn't break my neck in the fall, and I'm doubly lucky that I didn't encounter any subterranean cockroaches on my blind wanderings, and instead came across hunters from the settlement. Although I must say that when I first glimpsed their physiognomies, my life flashed before my very eyes. But they turned out to be decent chaps, frightened to look at, but able to keep a bargain. Now, your name tells me nothing, Horgus. Who are you? You truly are freshly arrived in the city, then. You couldn't have picked a worse time, that's for certain. Only just arrived, and the city is razed to rubble. You should know that you're looking at one of the richest and most distinguished men in Kenabres. I may not be as well known as certain swaggering loudmouths who spend their lives traipsing from one ball to the next, but Gwyrm Trading Company is one of the pillars of the city. I'll have you know. Did you see the marquees in the square? I paid for those. Tried any festival delicacies? You have Horgus Gwyrm to thank for that. What kind of business proposition? I do not know what is happening on the surface right now, but I'm determined to find out. You have no intention of seeing out the rest of your days in this village, I suspect. We must find a route back to the surface, to the city, if there's anything left of it. You are young and strong. It will be no trouble for you. But I, alas, am not as fit as I once was. I can't go crawling about the caves playing at scouts. My proposition is simple. Lead me back to the city and I shall pay you 1,000 gold coins. Make it 2,000. Horgus' gaze is piercing. Are you taking advantage of my dire circumstances? Very well. Make it 2,000. I'm not going to question him about his mongrel hatred. We have to go. Go on, go on. Don't forget our agreement. When you find the way out, be sure to tell me. All right, Horgus. I have a new favorite NPC, everybody. Horgus Gwyrm. All right. Well, we've had some fun with Horgus Gwyrm. I think we still need to find our sleeping tent. Oh, sure. Oh, and Evia's over here talking to Horgus. The tragedy might not have happened if you spent less time surveilling honest citizens and more time tracking the real spies and demon worshippers. Brilliant idea. How come I didn't think of it? Now, if only the cultists would tell us where they were cultists. Then we wouldn't have to waste time investigating honest citizens who decide to go all cloak and dagger right under our noses. Horgus and Anevia sit some distance apart, sniping at each other in idle fashion that testifies to their long acquaintance and mutual dislike. When they notice you, they quickly fall silent. What do you think's happening in the city? Perhaps the city is no more. If Tascari himself has appeared, there's no telling how bad things are. Can you hold off on writing our obituaries just yet? The city's full of fighters. Besides that, barely a stone's throw from Nerosian. I think our people will hold on long enough for reinforcements to come from the Queen. This ain't Tascari's home turf. He's got to have to retreat or else fight the whole Mendevian army. What are you going to do when you get back to the surface? I'm going to go home. Last I know, I owned a very fine mansion. I shall see if it is still standing or if I am now homeless. I'm going to find Irabeth. She's my wife and leader of the Eagle Watch. And as long as she lives, she won't allow Kenabres to fall. What's the bad blood between you two? It's an old matter. Miss Tirabade here had the notion of spying on me, then rummaging through my goods. I ask you, do I look like a cultist? Humph. You kind of do, actually. Cultists don't need to look like cultists, you know. It's kind of the whole problem. And you, Mr. Gwyrm, built a whole secret operation of buying and smuggling into the city. What was it? Oh, yeah. Magical weapons. How was I supposed to know that all the rigmarole with middlemen was so you could anonymously donate supplies to the crusade? Don't you see, I have a reputation to uphold, one that I value most highly. Horgus Gwyrm is a hard-nosed businessman, not a good fairy from a tale. Yes, I care about my city. Yes, I wish to see that its defenders, my defenders, were well-fed, healthy, and well-armed. But to make those donations openly was unthinkable. I might as well hang a sign up outside my door welcoming in every sponger, leech, and parasite in the city. I appreciate your help for this crusade. No jokes, you're an all-right bloke. Carrying on secret dealings in a city that's teeming with cultists is a huge pain in the backside. For us lot whose job it is to keep an eye on that sort of thing. Yeah, right, I gotta go. Go on then, and don't dilly-dally. The sooner we get out of here, the likelier we are to find some people still alive up there. Take care of yourself. Alright. Well, we got some rest, but, boy, we probably should have leveled up before we hit that button. Oh well, I guess we'll have to do that next time.